From Southern Ontario. It's October 16th. I'll try to be brief, but this is probably going to take 3 or 4 minutes. A couple of individuals, Canadian politicians you've probably never heard of. Jennifer Blanke, Blanke, and Alish Campbell. Now, Jennifer Blanke, I'll say, is a member of the Canadian government's Advisory Council on Economic Growth. She's a Canadian economist and international development expert. Yeah. She's a Young Global Leaders Program graduate. She was on the Global Future Council on International Trade and Investment from 2016 to 2018. That would have been part of her Young Global Leaders Program curriculum for the 3-year program. She's been a WEF annual meeting participant for multiple years. She contributed to the WEF's Global Agenda Council on Trade and Investment 2014, 15, and 16. Again, that would have been part of her Young Global Leaders Program training. So she's Canada's government's, well, she sits as a member of the Canadian government's Advisory Council on Economic Growth. Our GDP's fallen in the last 7 quarters, so one wonders perhaps that what she learned at Davos isn't so good for Canada. Anyways, speculation. We move on to Alish Campbell. She's our Chief Trade Commissioner, Young Global Leaders. She was the co-chair of the Global Future Council on International Trade and Investment from 2016, 17, and 18. Same years as Jennifer Blanke. Perhaps they were sorority sisters. Maybe they shared a room together. Campbell was also a Davos speaker, 17, 18, 19, participant of the Young Global Leaders Summit in Beijing, 2015 and 16. 2 points I guess I'm trying to make here. One is, we see the high-profile ones, Trudeau, Freeland, Jagmeet Singh, 29 out of 39 of Trudeau's cabinet ministers, 12 of 15 of his Senate appointees. Here we have a couple of women in position of power, sort of hidden behind the scenes. But I kind of want to stress with that Young Global Leaders Program 3-year thing and their participations in the Young Global Futures Councils and all that business. It's a pretty serious time commitment, and it's also a pretty serious financial commitment. I can't track down what the 3-year program costs, but to maintain a WEF membership, I did a video about this not too long back, to maintain the WEF membership is between 11 and 22,000 US. So if we take a look, both of these individuals go back to, 2012 and 2016 respectively. That adds up to a pretty serious chunk of change, doesn't it? At least for us average taxpayers, who I suspect, but cannot confirm, have been paying for this malarkey. A polite word. We do know that we pay for Chrystia Freeland, who sits openly on the board of trustees at the World Economic Forum. It's like the head table. It's like the Oval Office. You know what I mean? We know we pay for her. Do we pay for any of her other trips? I'm just talking to Davos. We know we pay for that. The Rebel News has got a Freedom of Information search on that they promised they'd deliver this month, although they put it in a year ago. Anyways, hidden people behind the scenes in positions of power, big bucks, serious commitment, serious penetration into Canadian Liberal government here in Canada. Can we call it the Liberal government? I prefer to refer to it as the Trudeau party of the WEF.